repurposed lampshade gives intrigue to this darling, soft sculpted angel. It's a one-of-a-kind handmade decoration that will truly be appreciated and part of your traditional holiday decor. Project designer Dana Engelman is bringing this to our show today. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
This is not just a sweet angel. She has some sass to her.
She has some sass and some purpose. No.
Do we have a name for her?
So I just call her Lulu Lampshade. I don't know, just because it's purposeful and it's just self-descriptive. So.
Well, we'll get to the texture detail in a minute, which is where the fun comes into play. But you mentioned the lampshade, and that's really the structure, the base structure for this.
Yep. So I had a lampshade sitting around that I was planning on doing something else with, of course. And
most of us throw out lampshades, and Dana sits around and thinks, what can I do with this?
I had a previous purpose for it, but then they were taking up so much space that I thought, I've got to use that somewhere. So, and then my customers have been asking for years, do an angel, do an angel. So I just never really felt the vibe for an angel because it wasn't really quite my style.
Because you're thinking sweet, reverent, has to be.
Yeah, and so until I found the lampshade and was really trying to find my purpose. And I thought, oh, a skirt for my angel, and then there came my inspiration.
Perfect. I mean, this could, I don't want to take us out of season, out of holiday, but this could translate to a witch's skirt.
Well, that's originally where I bought it for.
Oh.
And then I never got around to it.
So from Halloween to Christmas, how did you then affix all of the detail to this lampshade?
So I put the body inside of it, of course, and then just...
What's the body?
The body is just a simple arched domed body, and I just stuffed it down inside. And then you wait to kind of glue. You do have to glue here and there. And then whenever you do glue to metal, like wood to metal, you're going to want to use something strong, like liquid nails or E6000. That's what I use. That's to glue the metal to the wood. But once you glue all your other stuff together, it can just glue with hot glue.
And is that a repurposed pedestal base?
This is just a candlestick. I bought this new, but for sure you could do any kind of a cool spool or a spindle, antique. That's the best part about it, is it appeals to those who like to do antiques or like to do garage sales, and they go, oh, I found that.
It has that
treasure find.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the pedestal, the candlestick, the lampshade goes on there, the body goes in here. Now the fun part, right? Dressing her up.
Right. So I just simply take 2 layers of the tulle. I use a gray and a cream, and you can't tell the difference right here, but you do see the dimension when you get it there. And then I just went around and tucked into the body. So then I just went all the way around it and tucked it and tucked it. Then when I flipped it upside down, then I went back in and glued it.
Gotcha.
And remember, less glue at first is better, and then you can go back and add more to it. Because
you can always add more.
That is a crafter's tip. Don't over glue, because that can ruin your project
I think it's a great tip, too, to pull out the gray for that dimension you talked about.
You don't even notice that, really, but yet you do when you see it here.
Yeah, I see that depth, so that's a great tip.
And then you could use any color, too. If you wanted to do something like a baby's room and make it with pink, see the cute pink fur, and you could really do any type of angel. A lot of people use angels for all year. So
take us through the embellishments then beyond just the tulle skirts.
So I love the fur. The fur was very inspirational for me. That's why I brought it, because it's just so luscious. You just want to curl up.
How is that sold? By the bolt? By the yard?
Yeah,
what is it?
Just by the bolt. I bought it at Joann's.
I don't think I've seen this.
Isn't that just cute?
Oh, it's
so
cool.
That just inspired me. It looked very feathery and angel-like, so that's why I put it on. So I just wrapped it around her neck and glued it. Of course, I made a shorter piece. And then I love using trims and yarns. These are very inspirational for me also. You know, I even brought an old piece of tinsel. So really you can ad-lib, but I use this fiber right here, and I just wrapped it around the head. If you notice it, I just wrapped it a couple times to create hair or a hat.
You're a wig designer now at this point.
You choose to use it for. It looks like hair, but it also looks like a little hat.
Can I take you back to the fur for a second? Because I think that's kind of stealing the show. Is there a method to cutting this?
There is. What I do, you can't just cut along the fur, because if you notice right here, they have cut it and it takes off that cute feathery look. So what you would do is you would take and you would catch your scissors right up just along the base of the fabric, so you're not cutting any part of the fabric.
Gotcha.
And so you would just lean it up and just cut very carefully.
I think
it does get
messy. Yeah.
There's never really a right way to fur, but it gets in your nose.
I do think that's the fabric find of the season. That texture is what makes this little lady here. All right,
keep your eyes out. That's where you find it. It was when you're not looking for it.
And you're always collecting these trims and these fibers just to add and embellish projects just like this.
Yes.
Where does she live in your home?
Well, I put her right on my front entry table, just because then it's almost like she can just do a little twirl with her little tutu. And then you can see all around her. But you can really put her anywhere, somewhere down low.
When I look at Lulu, right? Is that what we're calling her? Lulu the Lampshade, I kind of see a grandma type, which I think speaks to that angelic vibe. Well, see?
There you go.
You don't have gray hair, but you might have a fabulous shawl tucked in your coat closet.
Yes.
I love it. I think our viewers will appreciate it as well. Thank you for sharing. And you're always sharing inspiration like this and selling your projects at boutiques. Any upcoming shows?
Well, I'm done with my shows for the year, but I am doing DIY and workshops starting in January, so they can check out my Instagram. Just Dana Ingemann Designs is my Instagram, and then my website's danaingemanndesigns.com.
You can tell it comes from a fun, inspired place. Every project kind of has a piece of your personality. We love that. Thank you so much. We'll link you over to her Instagram account and website from our website, studio5.ksl.com. You're just going to want to click on the project tab there at the top of your screen. And at your fingertips, hundreds of Christmas-themed, holiday-themed projects we've shared over the years. So plenty of excuses to get your DIY on this season.